Hello. Stuff has happened. So what's up? Let's get this out of the way first. Donald John Trump has been indicted by a Manhattan grand jury. This means that Donald Joseph Trump is going to be the first former president to be indicted. Now let's do the rest of them. Specifically, the grand jury has voted to indict Donald Jingleheimer Schmidt Trump on 34 some odd counts of falsifying business records. These business records pertain to hush money payments to Stormy Daniels and so on and so forth. So he's not actually being indicted for the whole payoff thing, but for falsifying records around the payoff thing. Get ready for a bunch of excuses for white collar crime. More than usual. Being that this is Donald Trump, there are still several other active investigations that might result in some kind of legal action, especially now that this precedent has been set. Maybe don't pay people hush money to keep quiet about your affair as a massive public figure, and then also falsify business records around that, and then what? Like, if I misfile my taxes, I go to jail. I have much more interesting stories, so let's move on. For example, a giant trash spider has appeared under an overpass in East Vancouver. It is an art installation, but it's apparently, quote-unquote, unsanctioned. An unsanctioned giant trash spider. Montreal-based artist Junko Playtime, amazing name, just put a big trash spider under an overpass. And the city is like, we're gonna get rid of this, but the locals are kind of into it. Junko Playtime is known for using reclaimed materials, which is a nice way of saying trash. But like, it's a good statement. I mean, pick up your trash or giant trash spiders will appear. Google did a bad. A judge has found that Google intentionally destroyed evidence and made false claims in court in their ongoing court case with Epic Games and other people. The long and short of it is that Google had a bunch of employees who were supposed to have all of their communications records maintained, but instead, they did not do that. A bunch of chat records were set to expire 24 hours after being sent, and meanwhile, Google was like, nah, we're doing everything we can to retain records. Like they said that. Like in court. Anyway, the judge is like, you can't do that, my guys. And so now they're setting everybody's records to be maintained, but also the judge wants to sanction Google. Google and mishandling chat apps, name a more iconic duo. OpenAI, the company that makes ChatGPT, should possibly close their AI. The Center for AI and Digital Policy has filed a complaint with the FTC over ChatGPT. They're basically saying all this stuff has come out with like reckless abandon and can cause a lot of problems. And they're not really wrong. Like, we're just shrugging off the fact that these AIs can do a thing that the industry now refers to as hallucination, where the AI just makes stuff up, like makes up stuff that it's portraying as fact. And so their complaint is essentially saying, like, this could be used for a lot of evil purposes and also be very, very misleading. And we just don't have control over it at all. Like, hey, maybe any number of safeguards should be in place. The problem is that AI is being pushed by tech VCs who do not have a single moral bone in their body. And so I do not think they're going to give the remotest shit. Interesting tidbit about all of this. Part of this whole movement is that there was an open letter written to just AI developers in general, basically saying like, hey, we should just have a pause on all AI development and we'll figure this out. And that open letter was signed by Elon Musk, a former investor in OpenAI who tried to take control over it, failed, and then said he was going to make his own competing anti-woke AI. Oh, speaking of AI and ethics, Midjourney, the popular image generation app, is ending free trials after the whole drippy Pope and Donald Trump being arrested photos kind of went viral. I'd say photos, they were generated. Oh, and speaking of the Pope being generated in AI photos, the non-AI generated Pope is in the hospital. Probably be fine. Rapid fire. After DeSantis tried to take over the Disney district, Disney pulled a fast one and basically made it so that they can't be taken over, which is hilarious and terrifying that a company can do that. Joe Manchin is being his normal obnoxious self and is blocking proposals for electric vehicle tax credits. Netflix is making a Scott Pilgrim anime and they're bringing back the entire cast from the movie. The entire cast. Netflix may also be making games for your TV that you play using your phone as a controller. West Virginia has joined the growing number of states that have banned gender-affirming care for youth. I stand with the people who just want to be themselves and not have the state tell them who they can or can't be. Amsterdam has started a marketing campaign basically saying, hey, if you're a young man from England, stay away. And finally, Reddit is banning a record number of accounts recently and citing revenge porn as a large driver of that. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of Stuff Keeps Happening. Head to stuffkeepshappening.online for sources, bonus content, and the rock that Sisyphus was rolling. My name is Endeavorance. I'll be back sooner than you think. Take care and be well.